Today we are talking about the best towns for military families that are moving to Rhode Island. My name is Albert. I'm a real estate agent here. If you guys have any questions, if you're looking to move to Rhode Island for this reason or for many other reasons, if you're looking to purchase a property, I am your source. We do this all the time. We talk about Rhode Island. We cover the lifestyle here. So if you have any questions, let me know. Shoot me a text, shoot me an email, call me directly. I also have a link there below. You can book a meeting with me and we could jump on a Zoom call and we could cover everything you need to know about Rhode Island. Let's get into the video. But before we do, hit subscribe. We post videos like this once a week usually. So yeah, let's get into the video. I would have never thought that this was a need. I didn't think that this is something that needed to be addressed as far as these questions being answered. But when we started the YouTube channel, there were a lot of people who were getting stationed here. There were a lot of military families that were moving to Rhode Island. They were looking for the best towns to live in, right? So the people were reaching out to me and they would tell me, hey, like we're moving from California, we're moving from South Carolina, from all over the country. And they would usually be here for 3 to 5 years. And they always would ask, we're stationed in Newport, like in that area, because that's usually where most of the military base in Rhode Island is. And we're looking for the best town. So now there's different people looking for different things in those towns. So that's why I put together the best towns, in my opinion, if you are getting stationed in Rhode Island and if you're an active military, for a couple of reasons. All right, so let's start with Newport, right? Oh, by the way, all of these towns are close to most military bases, so that's obviously really important. Let's start with Newport. Most military bases are actually in Newport. The biggest one in Rhode Island is based in Newport. And if you're single or if if you're married but don't have any kids yet, Newport could be a great option for you to find a property there because it's super close to the base. It's great to be there in the spring and summer. Obviously, we talk about Newport here all the time. There's a lot to do, a lot of restaurants, a lot of activities. Summer in Newport is literally a vacation. So it's a blessing if you're in a position to live there. The real estate in Newport is expensive. The average price per property, if you're looking for something decent, is going to be up there in the $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 range. And then it could obviously go into the millions as well. And there's not a lot of inventory, so it's super competitive. If you're a family, however, Newport is not the best town that you can be stationed in, especially if you have young kids that you try to put them into the best schools, because Newport does not have the best schools. But the next town, actually the next two towns, have better schools, and they're a little bit further, but not that much. They're probably like 25 to 30 minutes from most bases, but they're super popular for military families. That's South Kingstown and North Kingstown. These towns are very popular for very similar reasons, right? First off, when it comes to real estate, when it comes to buying a property in these towns, you're going to find better homes, well-maintained properties for a lower average price. You're looking around $400,000 to $500,000, but most properties are going to be in really good shape. They're going to buy. The quality of life is really good. And then it's about 25 minutes, not even 25, probably 20 minutes from Newport, which makes it great. And also the school system in these two towns, South Kingstown and North Kingstown, is some of the best in Rhode Island. So it's really important to keep that in mind. If you have kids, these are the two towns that are really important. And then also there's a neighboring town, which honestly I didn't even put it onto the list as a top town because it's a little further, but also East Greenwich. East Greenwich kind of combines two things here. What Newport offers as far as lifestyle goes, because it's got a lot of restaurants and activities you can do during the summer and spring, but also it's got some of the best schools. Downside in East Greenwich is that real estate is also really expensive and property taxes are super expensive as well. Okay, but resale value is really high because always people are looking to move to East Greenwich. Unlike some of these towns that their main attraction is for military families, East Greenwich is also attracts pretty much every family between 38 and 55 is looking to move to East Greenwich for the quality of life, the great schools, and much more that the city offers. Then we also have Tiverton and Portsmouth. I also put these two kind of in the similar category. About 30 minutes away from Newport, 35 maybe with traffic, but if you're local there and if you know how to get around, which you will find out, you can get to Newport even quicker in about 20 minutes if you know how to get kind of like through the town on the roads. Both these towns do not have much going on as far as activity goes. There's not a lot of things happening in these towns. There's not a ton of restaurants, not a ton of coffee shops, so something to keep in mind. But you get good real estate. Average price point is a little bit lower. In the $400,000 range, you can get something decent. You have access to the water pretty much everywhere. Both these towns are farmland. There's a lot of farms around, so that's something that if you are interested in is also very attractive. You know, you got farmers markets and things like that, but usually they're slower moving towns. So they're attractive to both, military families or just couples who are thinking about having kids. Portsmouth has pretty good schools. It's probably on the top 10 towns with really good schools in Rhode Island. Tiverton, not so much, but it's not awful. So they still have really good schools. So that's something also to keep in mind that makes these towns attractive. I also added one more town here. Not much to say about it because it kind of connects to Newport, and that's Middletown. It's very similar to Newport. It's one town below. Really, Middletown's lifeline is Newport. There's a lot of the reason why real estate is so expensive there, and it's gotten so expensive in the last 10 years, is because a lot of people are looking to buy in Newport. They are being outpriced, so now they're moving down to Middletown. It's a great town, close to water, close to Newport. Not much going on, not a lot of restaurants and things like that. But if you live there, it's kind of like living in Newport for a discount. That's how I would put it. It's a good quality of life, great real estate, really good schools. So it's also a very popular town among military families. So there you have it. I wanted to keep this video short and crisp. These are the top towns for military families in my experience that I've helped a lot of them throughout the years. This is what they like. Probably the top, in my opinion, would be South Kingstown, North Kingstown, and Tiverton. From my experience, from what I've seen, people are super interested in this. But also Middletown is up there. A lot of people are interested in that town as well. Again, if you have any questions, if you're looking to move here, reach out to me. Don't hesitate at all. The link is below. Book a meeting with me, and let's go from there. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video.